Okay, right. So we're recording now, inshallah. Can you see, guys? Can you see like a little dot, red dot on your screens?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you know it's recording. Okay, lovely. Okay, Eliza, let's go.
So would you put a little mark where it's where it crosses the a line?
Okay, go on then. So
you'd put it where 1 is.
So what is one there? Which so is one this one or this one?
It is C.
Okay. Good. That's a good start. Okay, so how do we look at the M value?
Then we have to find. Then we have to put a another dot somewhere in that where it says 2.
So we use the same place. What else? Give me coordinates.
2, 5.
2, 5 is good. Okay, I can use that. Let's draw a straight line. Okay, don't forget my my lines are drawn freehand. It's quicker. Okay, so how do you work out the gradient then?
So would the gradient be 4?
Okay, you said the gradient is 4. You just gave me an answer without working anything out. So let's go back a step to go forward a step. So what is the gradient? What's the definition of gradient?
The gradient is
The height divided by the
base,
or the y displacement divided by the x displacement. Okay, so what is the height?
Would it be 4?
The height is 4. What is the base?
2.
2. So it's 4 divided by 2. You said the gradient was 4. Are you sure the gradient is 4 now still?
No, would the gradient be 2?
The gradient is now 2. So under the M, you put in a 2. Okay. So your M value is 2. Your C value is 1. Done. So okay. Did you get the right, Salia?
Yeah, I did.
So y equals 2x plus 1. Yeah, I can see that clearly. Okay. Abdullah, did you get that right?
No, but yeah, I understand it.
Okay, right. I want Eliza and Abdullah, can you have a go at question number 2? Salih's done question number 2. She's got it right. So you two have go those 2 questions, please. I'm just going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to rejoin you in a moment. So I'm going to give you on the timer. Okay. On this timer, 2 minutes. Off you go. Have a go at that question. I'll just quickly pause the video. Would it say that again? So you got y equals 2x add minus 2, yeah? That's
Yeah.
And so the add minus 2 becomes what?
Just 2.
It can't just become 2. You need to have a sign in between it. You can't write down y equals 2x and space and then just a 2. It's going to be an overall add 2 or overall minus 2. So how do we interpret that? I got exactly the same as you. The add minus 2 becomes what?
The minus, just minus 2.
Just think about the add there. We have an add C. That's talking about and C. And but if the C value is a minus, then it becomes overall minus. So you're adding a minus number. So the minus takes over in a sense. Okay?
Okay.
So it has to be, you don't put both signs in the final answer. So that one's now right now. Okay, let's have a look at 1 or 2 other questions. And let's see how we get on with those. We look at one with the fractional gradient, hopefully. And we look at one with the, okay, right. So we got here now question number 1 and question number 2. Okay, I want both of you to, I want everybody to do question number 1 and question number 2 now. Okay. Okay, question number 1, question number 2. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Okay, and I tried those 2 questions. What did you get for that, Abdullah, for your question here? You get 2x minus 2 as well?
Yep.
Okay, now, everybody have a go at question number 1, question number 2 now. If you've done it, do the working out now. I'm going to put the timer on now. Okay, go. Okay, right. Well, Salih, he's copied the old answer across for some reason, and that'll be incorrect. Eliza, your answer is incorrect. Abdullah, well done again. Okay, let's go through let me reveal to you my answers. I had the screen frozen. Okay, we're back to recording. Okay, right, folks, can you see the screen now? Have you seen it been updated?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Eliza, tell us, what is the gradient of the first line?
The gradient
Is the
is
height divided by the base. What's the height of the triangle?
4,
What's the base of the triangle?
8,
And what's 4 divided by 8?
2.
Are you sure?
Oh, sorry, a half.
A half.
I thought the gradient could be anything, but the C has to be the same. Because the triangle could be anywhere.
Yeah, the gradient will be, doesn't matter what size triangle you choose, the gradient will always be the same regardless of how big or small you draw the triangle. And the C value is where it cuts the y-axis. So what's your point, Salah?
I got the gradient 1. I got 2.
How did you get 2?
I did, I got 2 at the top and a 4 at the bottom, then a half, which is 2
Yeah, but 2 over 4, if you 2 divided by 4 is a half. So you've written down the right thing, but you've done wrong in your head. Yeah? If you do 2 divided by 4, it gives you a half.
I read it as well, a half.
Yeah, it is a half. It can't be. Okay, question number 2, Eliza, why is your gradient positive and not negative?
Um,
Do you remember when we done this? Okay, Layla, make sure when you join, you have your video off, please. Okay, where's she going? Where's she going?
What's the video for a second?
Oh yeah. Hold the video for a second. Oh, where's it going? Recording. Okay, so we're saying, Eliza, the gradient is what? Remember, we done the gradient last week. We had positive going up. If you go flat, it's 0. What happens if the line comes down?
it's a negative.
Okay, is your line going down?
Yes.
Okay, so if your line is going down, it has to be a negative gradient, and the negative is there. Okay, y equals minus a half x plus 4. Okay, now the questions that you have here are similar. They're testing you on that. So, okay, folks, are we happy with the practice that we've done today? That shows you what we need to be doing for the homework now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you this question to do again, because I'm not satisfied with Abdullah's just like answers without any working out, and I'm not satisfied with Eliza not doing any work and not doing the sheets questions at all. So now that we've done the questions again today in the lesson, hopefully, what's up there? Yeah, hopefully now you got enough scope, and we made a little video on it for you to do the remaining questions or all the questions again for homework. Okay, so we can re-give the homework again. Right, here comes the next exercise. Exercise 4, this is a homework exercise. All right, let's see who's feeling brave with this one today. Give me a second while I introduce a page into the, well, I need to put a page in there. Okay, right. Exercise number 4. So Eliza, explain to the class what we were doing here.
So you've got to find the gradient and
The
intercept.
The intercept, yeah, for each question, yeah?
Yeah.
So for question number 13579 is actually quite nice, because we can just literally, oops, I don't do that one. Let's choose that one. Watch what we do now. So we copy, paste. Just bear with me for a second, folks. I'm trying to prove something, trying to show you something. Okay, that'll do. Okay, it says y is equal to mx plus c. So where is the m value here, Eliza? Where's the m value?
It's x.
The m value is never x, Eliza. Where is the m value? The m value is here, which is invisible for this one. For this one, it's always the number in front of the x. It's called the coefficient of x. So m is the number attached onto the x, which is called the coefficient, or in simple terms, it's called the multiplier of x. So if we look over here now, I've highlighted in green all the m values So let me just quickly change some highlight for the C. Let's change it into an orange, no, not orange, into a blue. So the blue is the C value. So what are the C values in the equations, Eliza?
Would it be the first one would be 3.
And the next one?
1,
And then the next one?
4.
And then the next one?
Would be 2.
No, it won't be 2.
-2.
-2. The minus is very important. And the next one?
-4.
So even though the equation says y equals mx plus c, the c is minus, that's the most important thing. So now, in these particular equations, everything is already in the right position. Everything's placed in the right orientation. So, I mean, if I was to give you an example, you have your food's given in front of you, everything's in the right place. The forks on the right side, the knives on the left-hand side. So everything is put in a place that where you'd expect it to be. So what is the M value? So you can start firing away now. What is the M value for the first one then? What's the M value for number 1? Okay, if there's no M value written, Eliza, what does it mean? What is it?
Would it be there's only 1?
If there's no M value, then it automatically is 1, correct? Okay, what's the next M value?
2.
And what's the next M value?
3.
And the next M value?
3.
And the next M value?
1/4.
1/4. Okay, Salia, what are the C values? What's,
3,
C is 3. What's the C value?
1,
And what's the next C value? And what's the next C value?
-2,
And what's the next C value?
-4.
-4. So as we can see, folks, it's still recording this code. As we can see, the M value and the C value is clearly visible in the right place. M is where you expect M to be, next to the X. C is where C is supposed to be, next to the C, at the end of the value, the end of the equation, okay? And if C is negative, you've got to mention the negative part in the answer. That's very important. Okay, are we happy with Abdullah?
Yeah.
Okay, Salia?
Yeah.
Okay, and Layla, do you understand what we're doing so far? We're looking at straight line equations, and we're looking at the M values and the C values. That's where you kind of joined in. Do you understand any of that? Layla, can you hear me? Okay, do you understand what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, let's have a look at the next questions then. Here comes the ones that are gonna put some hairs on your head. Okay, let's look at those ones next. Okay. Puppy. Okay.
I did most of the work and then I'm going to do my actual book.
Okay, lovely. Right. Right. Now, let's start with you, Abdullah. Now, Abdullah, when you look at these questions here now, what's the difference between the questions format in the ones I've just pasted down at the bottom and the ones that we've just done with the color-coded green and blue? What's the obvious difference, Abdullah?
They're not in the right place.
They're not in the right order. Okay, so let me give you an analogy again. We're back to analogy of the food. You come to the table, your mom puts your food, your roti is in front of you, your salam's on the other side of the table, and everything's in the wrong place. So what would you do? Would you have a big fit and start screaming and saying, you know, jumping up and down and banging the table, or would you just move everything into the right place? What would be your reaction?
You'd rearrange it.
You rearrange it. If you come to a question, mathematical question, and things are not in the place, in the orientation that you are used to it being, then the simple thing to do is just rearrange it, move it around, like moving tables and chairs and forks and knives and moving things around. So you move things around, but you've got to follow the mathematical rules of algebra when you move things around. So let's have a look at this. Let's pull these questions apart, question by question. Okay. So, okay, these notifications are driving me nuts. I'll switch them off. Okay, so somebody left, Salia. Yes, okay. Okay, dokie. Right, let's have a look at y equals 6 minus 2x first. So Eliza, how do we set this question into the right orientation then? So how do you do this one?
So it'd be y equals 2x minus 6.
Ooh, that's very naughty. What does the who owns the minus? Why have we left the minus in the middle and just move the 2x and the 6 over? So what does the minus belong to?
The minus belongs.
Whoa, what's happened there? Have you lost the screen, folks?
Yeah, I am. Not them.
No.
Eliza, can you see my screen?
Yeah,
My shared screen.
Shall I leave them?
Yeah,
I
I
can-
can.
Yeah, because Salia's lost the shared screen. She's gone back to my picture on there. Yeah, Salia, join back in again. Okay. So what you do here is Eliza. What we need to do, we need to move the whole thing. The minus belongs to what, Eliza?
the 2x.
Right. So when you move the minus and put it in front, you're allowed to do that. That's fine. You can do that, but you need to make sure that you move the minus with it because the minus belongs to it. So what you've done there isn't an uncommon mistake. It's a very common mistake for GCSE students to not understand that the minus belongs to the 2x. You have to move the minus with it. Now, one question I want to ask now that we've got the minus with the 2x moved, just going to swap place, the next most important question now, Abdullah, is yours. Abdullah, okay, so if you move the minus 2x there, you move the plus 6 over there. So the question I was going to ask, okay, so everything's moved over, is what is your m and your c value now?
The m is -2 and the 6 is, and the c is 6.
So the m is equal to gradient -2, and the c is equal to +6. So I'll keep an eye on the record button. Just make sure it's on. Can you see the record button? Yeah, dot. Yeah, it's recording.
Yeah, I could see it on the TV. But
Okay, yeah. Okay, no problem. Okay, folks, we got that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you move now, the question I was going to ask is this. So when we learned in algebra, Abdullah, which I've taught you, is that when we change sides, we change signs. Does that apply to what Eliza just done now? She's moved the
No.
-2x to the front and the 6 to the back. So now that we've moved them, does that count as change side, change signs?
No, because you haven't done it across the equals.
Fantastic. Okay, folks, pay attention to that, everybody in the class. Now, because Eliza moved the -2x on the same side, she didn't change over the equal sign. She didn't go to the left-hand side. The -2x stays as -2x. That maintains its integrity. And the +6 stays as +6. The only time this would change if the -2x went over to the side with the y on it, then it would become a +2x on the other side, but we're not doing that at the moment. We're not trying to do that. So yes, so that's a very important technical like fact there. If you're moving plus and minus numbers on the same side, you can move the order around as long as you move their sign with it. Like the minus of the 2x goes with it, and the plus of the 6 goes with it. So as long as you maintain that in your movements, then inshallah, then your maths will retain its integrity. Okay, lovely. Right, right. So we've done the. Okay, what about the next one? Okay, the next one. Let's have Salia, please. How would you do y plus 2x equals 3?
you write a formula, then you move a -2x over.
Okay, hang on a second. So what's the formula?
Y equals mx plus c.
So at the moment, it's not looking like it's the. Oh, hang on, that just looks too close. Let's just. Give me a second. All right, let's just move this down a bit. I know. Is the 4 there? Yeah. Okay, let's have a go. So normally you have y equals mx plus c. So things are not in the right order at all. Okay, so Salih, what's in the wrong place?
Plus 2x.
Okay, fantastic. The plus 2x is in the wrong place. And do we move it on the same side or do we move to the other side? Move it to the other side. Excellent. Okay, actually, let's put the arrow over here like that. That's probably better. Okay, lovely. So we say, what do we say now? Y is equal to, what happens to the plus 2x, Salia?
It goes to minus 2x. No, yeah.
And the plus 3 stays as?
Plus 3.
Okay, now let's try matching it up again now to the formula. Okay, now Salia, does the mx plus c now match up?
Yeah.
Okay, it does. So if the mx plus c matches, what's the m value? And what is the c value?
Minus 2 and plus 3.
So m is equal to minus 2 and the c is equal to plus 3. Okay, now, quick question to you, Abdullah. Did you show this level of working out in your questions?
No.
No. Do we need to show this level of working out in our questions?
Yes.
Yes, you should know better by now, yeah? You've been in my lessons for long enough to know that what I show you in the class is what I expect from you from homework. Okay, Abdullah?
Okay. Yeah.
Tika, so make sure you do that now for this next week. I want it absolutely fantastic and beautiful.
Okay.
Now, so I've done the first 2 questions with you, and I want you to have a go at some of the questions now by yourself now to see what you understand from the question. So you got this question here. What is the, okay, let's make it fat. Ooh. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, folks, right. Then with the next 3 questions, I'm gonna give you, put the timer on. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to do those questions. 3 minutes starting from now. Okay, folks, everybody have a go. I'm gonna pause the video. I'm just gonna see what Layla's doing and see if I can give her a little bit of pause recording. Okay, let's resume. Okay, right. So let's have Eliza. What was the answer for the first question? The 2y minus x equals 6. What did you get for your equation when you rearrange it? What did you get?
I got y equals minus 2x add 6.
Okay, I got y equals half x plus 3.
That's what I got as well.
Okay, so I want you, Eliza, to feast your eyes on that. Okay, let's ask Layla. What do you get for the first one, Layla? Layla, what was your answer for that first one? The one that I've just got an answer for. What was your answer?
I got the same thing. I wrote y equals minus 2x add 6.
Okay, well then that's completely not the answer we were looking for. Now, let's have a look how I got my answer. So 2y minus x equals 6. So what's the opposite of minus x, Eliza?
Y.
What's the opposite of plus x? Not y.
Oh, minus.
No, what's the opposite of minus x? It already is minus. What happens when you change the sign? What does it become?
A plus.
Plus x. So when you move the minus x from the left to the right, it becomes the plus x. Okay, are we happy with the first step?
Yeah.
Okay. Layla, are you happy with the first step?
Yeah.
Solid, did you get y equals half x plus 2? Show me. Okay, good. Good on. Okay, next we have, Layla, what's the opposite of multiplying by 2?
Divide by 2.
And you have to divide everything by 2. So what is x divided by 2? What is it the same as?
0.5.
Half x. If you divide x by 2, you can move the divide by 2 to one side and write it as a multiplier half x. So Eliza, what's 2y divided by 2?
2y divided by 2.
Yeah. So again,
1.
2y divided by 2 is 1y, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. And what is 6 divided by 2?
3.
Done. There you go. That's where I got my numbers from. So you guys obviously done something quite different to that. So that's how you should have done it. Okay, next question, Eliza. What was your answer for the next one?
Y equals 4x minus 5.
You got y equals 4x minus.
5.
Okay, what did you get for that next one, Layla? For the next one?
Yeah, I basically just rearranged it, so the same thing.
So you also got 4x minus 5.
Yeah. No, I got 4x plus 5.
You got 4x plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay, Layla, you're gonna have to sort out your volume. I'm struggling to hear your voice. You need to be in such a place and have your volume set in such that I can actually hear your sound coming out of my speakers. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So, okay, so Eliza, did you get 4x minus 5?
Yeah.
Well done. You got it right. So what was your m value?
4x.
No, m is not 4x. M is just 4. The gradient has nothing to do with the x. M is the grade number next to the x. So whenever you quote a gradient, you don't write an x next to it. It's just a pure number. So m is plus 4. Good. What's your c value?
Minus 5.
Okay, fantastic. Did you get the same for that, Layla?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And what about you, Abdullah?
Yeah, I got the same.
Fantastic. What about you, Salia? Huh? No.
I did it opposite way. I did minus y equals 4x plus 5.
Yeah, no. Because
I
they have to change sides, Salia.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, lovely. Let's go on to the last question. Okay, the last question. What do you get, Eliza, for the last question?
10x minus 0.
Okay, why is it minus 0? Why isn't it just plus 0? Okay, so the minus y goes from the left to the right. So we end up with 10x equals y. And then I just write the y, just swap the sides over. Just write the y on the normal on the left. Write down the 10x on the right hand side. So what's your gradient for that, Eliza, for the y equals 10x? What's the gradient?
10.
10. What was your gradient? Not my gradient. What was your gradient?
Oh, my gradient was 10.
Okay, what was your c value?
0. Minus 0.
Okay, don't write why would you don't write the minus 0? Because 0 doesn't have a plus or a minus with it. It doesn't have either. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so that just basically covers up for what the way we should have done the work for the last week's homework. Now, so I think for the whole class, that was lacking. So this is the level of working that's required for that last activity, which nobody did at all in the class. I think Sally done a bit of it, and then she got stuck on some of the harder ones. But this is what you need to be doing for homework. Now, on top of that, I had one student, Mashallah Abdullah, who made an attempt to get his homework back to me by taking photos and uploading it and by email and stuff. That's not really good enough. There's more than one student in the class. The rest of you have to complete your homework, have to get your parents or yourself to take photos of your homework, proper landscape ones, and then upload them onto YouTube. I've even sent your parents the name of the scanner. It's called Cam Scanner, and that means short for camera scanner, and that makes a one PDF of the whole homework. So that's important that you send your work back to me so I can see some of the lovely maths that you're doing. I don't want to see answers m equals this and c equals that and no working out to support it. And you guys know that as well. That's not how we do things. So sometimes the questions are easy, sometimes the questions need more thorough working out here. I think we come to a good place to have a break. The lesson, I think we should restart the lesson in about, okay, what time? Our lesson starts at 5, finishes at 7. I think we should have a 10-minute break now, which is the normal time for the break time in the lesson. So I'm just going to set the timer. You can leave your cameras on. I'm just going to stop the video recording for a second. Okay, folks, we're looking at exercise 3 now. Calculate the gradient of the line joining the following pairs of points. So this is the work where we should have started today. Okay, right. Anybody? Abdullah, do you know how you do this?
Would you have to like plot the points?
That is one way of doing it. Thank you for the suggestion, but I will go through that with you in a second. Salia, any ideas how you're going to work out the gradient of those points?
Okay.
Okay, no. Eliza and Layla, any suggestions?
No.
Okay, right. So what we need to do, let me copy one of these questions out. All right, okay, so we're gonna do that one. Okay. Can you see what I'm doing, Sonia?
Yeah. See the little copy thing. Paste it.
How come I got the extra stuff in there? I did copy that. Okay, never mind. So we've got some questions there now. Let's close this side page down. Can you see on my side page, Sonia?
No, I could, but now I can't.
Yeah, but you can see normally.
Yeah, I could see movie.
Okay, Tika. Okay, folks, we're recording now. If you want to work at the gradient is m. So the gradient is equal to our m value. So the gradient is the steepness of the graph. Okay, Eliza, so what did we say before what the gradient was? So if we were to draw a line, and we got our coordinate here and coordinate here, what is the gradient? What was our old school way of measuring the gradient? What were we doing?
Height divided by base.
Okay, so the old gradient was height divided by the base. Okay, now that they're given us coordinates, yeah, so for example, one will be 3, 1, one will be 5, 4. Okay, if you want to work out the height, how would you work out the height, Eliza?
To work out the height, would you do 3 divided by 5?
Ooh.
You have to add them
Please,
together.
hang on a second. So the height is the change in the y values and the base is the change in the x values. Okay, so what was your suggestion again, Eliza? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
3. I said 3 divided by 5, but you can't divide them by anything.
No, you could, but you've chosen the wrong values, Eliza. If you want to work out the height, why are we using the x coordinates for?
Oh, so would you use the 1 and the 4?
You would use the 1 and the 4. And how would you work out the height using 4 and the 1? What do you do?
Would you do 4 divided by 1?
Okay, now you wouldn't use divide, Thalia.
Do 1 plus 4 and then 5 plus 3.
We're getting close, but you're not plus.
Take away.
You take them away. If you want to work out the height, Eliza, you need to look at the y values. You have to work out the difference. So the delta y, this one here, I mean difference, will be the 4 minus the 1. So what is 4 minus 1?
3.
3. So similarly, let's have Layla. How would you work out the base, the bottom? You'd work out the difference in the x values. So what would be the difference in the x values, Layla?
3 minus 1 is 2.
Okay, remember you're looking at the x values. I don't know if you're looking at x and y. So what would be the difference in the x values?
Is it 3 add 1? It's not, is it?
Okay, Layla, I'm talking about x values. You're doing x and y values at the same time. The x values, I've highlighted them for you in red.
Yeah.
So how would you work out the base?
5 take away 3.
That's better. Which is equal to?
Oh, 2.
Okay. So if you go back to our original formula over here, let me copy it out again. Copy. Paste. Okay, there we go. So the change in y is going to be y2 minus y1. It's the difference in the y values. So for example, if you call this one x1, y1, this will be x2, y2. Okay, let's just rub this out and make some space here. Okay, can everybody just see what I've just written down? Quite small over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I say y2 minus y1, I'm talking about 4 minus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next bit's going to be x2 minus x1. So that's going to be now, so y2 will be 4 minus 1 divided by 5 minus 3, which is 3 divided by 2. Is that right so far?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, Eliza, Layla, Salih, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, now, quick question, Eliza. Can we get gradients like that, 3 over 2? Is that like an okay number to have for a gradient?
No.
Okay, Eliza thinks no. Layla, what do you think?
No, but you have to. swap it
Okay,
around.
Saleh, what do you think? Can we have a gradient with 3 over 2?
No, you have to divide it.
Okay, you have to divide. You mean like 3 divided by 2 is 1.5?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. What about you, Abdullah? Is 3 over 2 like a valid gradient?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, right. So we got a mixture of I don't know to the answer is no, it's not. Actually, the answer is yes. You can get any type of gradient. You can get a fractional gradient. You can get a negative gradient. You can get a decimal gradient. It doesn't matter. As long as your calculations are correct. So 3 over 2, we could simplify it down to so 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Or you could write it as 1.5. So both of those would be good. So let's look at that. Let's look over the formula again. Here's the formula. Here's the old formula here. Gradient equals height divided by base. And in the new idea, you've got to work out the difference in y, the difference in the y coordinates, divided by the difference in the x coordinates, which gives you y2 minus y1, divided by x2 minus x1. So is everybody copying these notes down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Your parents will get a copy of my masterclass notes, but that doesn't give you a reason not to write your own. You must write your own because that's how we study. Students always take notes. Okay. Are we happy with example number 1?
Yep.
Okay. Should we do one more example?
Yep.
Okay. I think we should do one more example as well. Nice questions there, you know. Ooh, negative numbers in there as well. Okay, should we do question number 2? Yeah, I think we should do question number 2. Question number 2 is going to be similar. So let's skip question number 2 for the moment. Just give me a moment. Question number 2 is gone. Okay. All right, let's pick another question. Okay, Abdullah.
Yeah.
Okay, pick a question that you want me to do that you don't want to do yourself. And don't pick one from the bottom. Don't pick one from after question number. Pick anything before question 11. From question 1 to 10, pick a question that looks a bit exciting.
10.
Oi, role. Okay, let's pick number 10 then. Okay, number 10. Copy. Okay, so there's our question. So ladies, let's get cracking. M is equal to the height of the triangle divided by the base, which is the change in the y divided by the change in the x. So let's have Eliza. What's the formula for change in y divided by change in x? What goes next?
Y squared.
Y2, no, not squared.
Oh, y2.
It's only squared is on the top. The y2 is it's the way for explaining that it's the second y value gone minus.
Y minus y1
Okay.
divided by x2. Take away x1.
Okay, lovely. So I've got the formula of you now. That's good. I'm just going to box the formula. And then I want you to tell me where is those y2, y1 values from the values I've given you in the beginning of the question. So can you tell me which ones x1, x2, y1, y2, where are they?
X1, would it be a minus 1/2?
Yeah, and then?
X2 would be 0.
Excellent, and then?
And then Y2
Y1.
would be Y1 would be 1.
Yeah, correct. And then?
And then y2 would be -1.
Correct. Here. Please. Small, big. Small. Okay, fantastic. Okay, lovely. Let's move over to Layla. Layla, can you feed the values for me, please, into the equation now? So what goes where? Let's go.
So minus a half.
So we're gonna start with now y2 now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember
Minus-
y2. Yeah. So what's y2?
-1.
-1 then.
Take away 1.
Okay. It'll be y2 minus. Yeah, sorry, yeah, -1, take away 1. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. Next.
And then 0, take away a half.
And then it'll be 0. Take away. Are you sure it's 0 take away half? Is it? I think you
0, take
missed
away
it.
minus a half. Sorry.
That's better. Okay, that's lovely. I'm going to do a bit of color coding now, folks, for you guys. So here's your y2 minus your y1. There's your y2 minus your y1. Let's do a bit of color coding. We have x2, x1. So there's my x2, there's my x2, there's my x1. Okay, so I'm color coding here so you can see where the numbers have come from. The green numbers are the green highlighted, and the blue ones are the x values. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so Layla, let's go. Let's go next part here. So I want you to simplify the top and simplify the bottom for me, please.
-1 take away 1 is just 0, isn't it?
Okay, so all right, I'll write that down for the moment. Next part.
0 over 0, take away minus a half.
Go on.
You know?
That's the reason why we do negative numbers, folks, right in the first lesson for everyone. For Abdullah, for Eliza, for Layla, for Salia. We all done negative numbers first lesson because negative numbers is like you can't escape them. Okay, so what's the bottom part?
0, take away minus a half.
Okay, Layla, your voice has gone away from the microphone. I can't hear anything. So what's 0 minus a half, Layla?
Is it just a half?
Yeah, it absolutely is. Your top answer is incorrect, by the way.
Thanks.
Okay, let me get rid of this one. Is that there? Okay, your top answer is wrong.
It's just
Okay.
1, isn't it?
Okay, what's -1?
1.
Whoa, that's even more crazy than the first answer. Okay, let's have Eliza, please, jump in, please. I think that was Layla doing that part. Eliza, can you help her, please? -1, Eliza.
Would it be -2?
Yes, that's better. -1 is your O1, -1 is your O1, minus O, and O gives you O2. And on the bottom, I'm not talking about the O2 network, okay? So don't get confused, folks. All right, let's have a go at 2 minuses together become a plus. So, okay, lovely. Mr. Abdullah, I want you to finish it up for me, please. What's the M
Okay.
value?
Would
So you
it
got
just
-2 divided by a half. So I'm just going to set the question out for you manually, sorry.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I
okay,
get
the
it.
brain cells are beginning to start pumping now. Go for it.
So you have to keep, change, flip.
Is that KFC?
Well, it's KCF, but yeah.
Yeah, but KFC is more tasty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to KFC recently?
They opened a new one, but
Oi, roll in, man. Nice stuff. Okay, right. Enough of me thinking about food. I just had some ghosts, man. It was lovely. Okay, the first fraction stays the same. The second fraction turns upside down. You flip it like a burger at McDonald's. The divide becomes the times, and we end up with this situation here. This concoction. Okay, right. Abdullah, finish it up for me, please. What do we get?
-2 times 2, which is -4.
And
then
1 times by 1 is?
1.
And then final answer is?
-4.
Beautiful. Okay, ladies, now, so don't say I told you so. That's why I told you that you need to understand your negative numbers properly. That's why we've done it first. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and double negatives, and reverse negative questions.
That just
That's
means
why.
we'll move up.
Huh?
We can't see the rest because we'll go up,
Go up. Why?
scroll up because we can't see the rest of the question.
Yeah. Okay, folks. So that is why we done that question, that lesson first. So you need to make sure that you understood negative numbers. Okay, Layla, are you happy with our the correction and understanding? Are you happy with that now?
Yeah.
Now, -1 is -2. You have two negatives, they become more negatives. When the two negatives are physically next to each other, the two minus signs, they transform. Have you heard of the movie called Transformers? It's not as exciting as the movie, but it's just as good though. So 0 minus becomes plus, 0.5 is a half, -2 divided by half gives you that. Okay, folks, are we getting our brain cells busy?
Yep.
Yes. This is called maths. What you guys normally hand in for homework, I don't know what that's called. That's not normally called maths, it's answers. Okay, so I've done my 2 examples. Now I'm going to give you some questions to do and give you something. Oh, yes, let's go. It's time to have some fun now. Okay, question number 4 is one of the questions I would like you to do. Question number 3. Okay. Okay, we could all start with, yeah, I think that's enough. Okay, folks, I'm going to give you 2 questions. Baby. Okay, 2 questions and 3 minutes to do them starting now. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. Okay, as we're saying, yes, sir. So it's, say that again, please, Eliza, because we didn't start the recording. Just start again.
So it's y2 divided by y1.
Y2 minus Y1.
Minus y1 divided by x2 take away -1.
Oh, take away X1, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Right. So did you label up your coordinates?
Yeah.
So X1, Y1, X2, Y2, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, now give me the numbers in the right order then. So what's Y2 minus Y1 then look like?
It would be -2.
Okay, so Y2 minus Y1, where's my Y2 value? Look at the highlight.
3 and 0.
Okay, so what do you do then with those 2 numbers?
You write 0 take away 3. 3 take away 0.
Okay, so remember Y2 minus Y1. You're following your letters that you've written on top. Okay, what's my X2 value?
4 take away 3.
Okay. So what's 3 take away? Nothing then?
3.
And what's 4 take away 3?
1.
And what's the final gradient answer?
Would it
So what's 3 divided by 1?
3?
Fantastic. Done. Okay, right. Okay, next. Thank you for that, Eliza. Well done. Okay, next, can we have Layla, please? Next question is yours.
Yeah, y2 take away y1.
So m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus
x1, yeah.
minus x1. So we're working out the difference in the y values and the difference in the x values. That's what we're doing. So that's going to be x1, y1 for the first coordinate. That's going to be x2, y2 for the second coordinate. Done.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to color code again for you so we don't get it wrong, hopefully. Okay, so the x values are going to be color coded green. And the y values, we're going to color code them blue. So, go.
Yeah, okay.
What
I did 6 minus 3.
Divided by?
Yeah, 1 minus minus 1.
1 minus minus 1, that sounds exciting. Then?
And then it's 3 over 2 because it turns into a positive.
Absolutely, transforms into positive now.
Yeah.
What did we say before? M equals 3 over 2. You can leave the answer 3 over 2, that's not a problem.
For
But we normally change it into a mixed fraction, or we could change it into a
1.5 decimal.
decimal. So don't worry about any of those 3 answer formats. They're all perfectly okay. but traditionally speaking, fractions we don't normally leave them as a top-heavy fraction. We like to cancel them down, change them to mixed or a decimals, but you can still do that. Okay, right. Are we happy with that now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now all the rest of the questions, or should I say all the exercises will be done for homework now. If you look above here somewhere, I think you also got the answers in there somewhere. Oh, the answer probably gone down the bottom now. Okay, yeah, these here are the answers for those questions that we've just done. When I say answers, I don't mean the answers will basically make it your day. Answers don't make your day. You're gonna have to still work them out. Okay. Okay, here comes the next exercise here. So we still got to do a bit of graph plotting as well, which we haven't done yet. And I think maybe this exercise here, we could leave it for, You want to go home? You are home. Salih wants to go home. Abdullah, what should we do with this girl? She wants to go home. She's sitting right in front of me. She wants to go home. Okay, ladies, are we happy with what we just done? Eliza, Layla, are we happy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Salia?
Yes.
Yes, Salia, she just wants to go home. Okay, the next one's talking about making an equation of a straight line when you're given a gradient and you're given a coordinate. Okay, what time we got left? We got about half.
20 minutes.
About 20 minutes. I think we can do this. We'll have to do graph plotting next week then. Okay. Okay. We can do this next week, inshallah. Okay. What I wanted to do, folks, today's activity was to plot graphs. In order for us to plot graphs, I need to get some equations first. I need to go up here and borrow some equations. Okay, right, here we go. Let's do some borrowing. Okay, let's copy that. Let's go down here. Where's it gone? What's it doing up there? That's better. Okay, folks, let's have a look at this. Let's practice some graph plotting. I don't know whether we should actually
I need
do it
glasses.
actually closer to the graph itself. Oh, there's a graph paper. I've got some over there as well. Okay, right. We have y equals x plus 3. Let's do them actually on the graph. Y equals x plus 3. Okay, let's cut that out and bring it down to here. That's better over here. Okay. Okay, everybody, let's have a go at some of these questions now. Do you have any more pages like that? All right, let's make another copy of this page just in case we need it. No, we can actually go. Okay, let's copy this page. And then let's paste the page. Okay, lovely. Right, here we go. Now, if you have y equals x plus 3, okay, and now you need to plot it, so we're going to give us some values. So there's your equation, and we want, let's have a look. From x equals minus 3. Okay. Okay, folks, get this down, please. This little table we're going to draw. They normally give you a set of values they want you to plot it for. So they give you this little table. Everybody copy this down, please.
Oh.
Okay. So let's have Eliza, please. I want to work out the value of y. Y is equal to x add 3. So what do we do then?
So would you do
So how do we get to y? What do we do?
oh, we add 3.
There you go. And why do we add 3? Because that's what you need to do in the question. So to get the y value, you get the x value, you add 3. So what does that give us?
It gives us 0.
Beautiful. Next one. -2 add 3. Go. What's -2 add 3?
1.
Good. And what's -1 add 3?
-2. I mean 2.
Okay. And what's 0 add 3?
3.
And what's 1 add 3?
4.
And 2 add 3?
5.
Okay, lovely. Now, so we've plotted, we've actually now calculate the value. Okay. We have calculated the value of y because we have added 3 to the x value. So y is equal to the x value, add the 3. So x was -3, so it's -3, add 3. X was -2, so it's -2, add 3. So we're adding 3 each time. Right. What we need to do now, we need to draw this graph now. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Is this thing still? Oh, it's pasted in there. Oh gosh. Okay, now. Oh, we got some over here. Got some more. Okay. Because I've drawn on top of it. Right, let's copy this out. Solo. Okay, before I do that, I'm gonna run out of graph papers. Oh, I've got some more, but that's fine. Don't you guys have graph paper? Okay, has everybody got graph paper printed out?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have graph paper printed out, Sonia?
No.
Okay, then ask me now. Use something.
Can I have graph paper?
Can you have graph paper, please?
No graph paper.
Do you want graph paper?
No graph paper.
Oh my guys. This girl doesn't have any graph paper.
Can I have graph paper?
What are we gonna do with that?
Wow.
Okay, sorry about that, a little technical difficulty there. Solo doesn't have any graph paper. Okay, folks, let's draw our graph now. We need to go up to a maximum of 5. So I'm gonna start from here. Let's start drawing our graph, please. Okay, so. So let's draw it. Okay, have I done that right? No, I haven't. Okay, sorry about that, folks. We gotta go from, let me do a quick sketch here. We're gonna go from -3, 0 to 2, that's the x1, and then the y value will go from 0 all the way to 5. So our graph will look like that. Let's do that on the bottom. We need to go for how many values? 3 and 2 is 5 values. Okay. So if I call this one here -3, and then we call this one here -2, we'll put it in. -1, 0, unos, and dos. Whoa. Okay, that gives you x. Let me rub that bottom bit out. That looks dodgy. Okay, and then we're going to go straight up from the 0. Okay, so you're gonna go by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is that all right, Kasali? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to plot the values, folks. Plot the values. I could use the graphing tool, but that just makes it too easy. You're gonna need to physically plot them yourself. So let's have Layla. So where do I plot the -3 along the x?
-3 on the other side, yeah. And then 0, so on the line.
Yeah, and -2 is that?
1.
Okay, and where's -1? Is that 2? And where's 0? Is that 3? And where's 1?
3,
1's at 4. Okay.
4.
Okay, Salia, is there? I said 1. Okay, I think there's a mistake in the scale, folks. Quickly spotted it. Okay. Did you spot the mistake, Salo?
No.
Okay, let's go back.
2.
1, 2. It's supposed to be 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I actually had 1 extra square in there. So that should be 3. That should be 4. That should be 5. Now, because the line was beginning to get wonky. So that's how I knew there was something wrong. That's how you know there's something wrong. So 0 is 3. That's better. 1 is
4.
4, and I think I put that in the wrong place. So it's going crazy now. Okay, 1 is 4, which is over here. Yeah, and what's 2?
5.
Fantastic. Okay, folks, now draw yourself a nice straight line through it. I hope you guys are doing something. Okay, that's good for you.
Yeah, why is screaming like that?
Okay, I try to do that as accurately as possible. And then you should always label it y equals x, add 3, and a little arrow pointing to the line. Done. Okay. Okay, folks, do you see what we have to do here? You have to work at the y value. Okay, and the plotting is quite easy. The plotting isn't the difficult part. It's actually working at the right values. Let's look at one more question together. Okay, can I move this screen, please?
Yep.
Yeah.
Eliza, can I move it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's choose an exciting question. Okay, very good. Let's choose copy. Right. Who's feeling confident in order for them to tell me how we're going to plot this graph? This one's going to be exciting. Okay, Abdullah, you want to go for this?
Yep. First you have to rearrange it.
Okay, ladies, pay attention to that, what he said, the key word there. First of all, you have to rearrange the graph. Okay. You have to make which letter the subject, Abdullah?
Why?
Why? Why, Abdullah? I'm just messing with you. Okay, you're gonna make it y the subject because the equation is y equals mx plus c. That's the answer. So what do we do then? How do we do that, Abdullah?
You have to take the x to the other side.
Yeah, because y is being timed by 2 is called the first action. The minus x is the second action. You always move the last thing first.
Yep.
So opposite of minus x is equal to
Plus x.
plus x. We put that at the beginning in the right place, just so everything is in the right place. Okay, the plus x, I can actually take that bit out. I don't need that in there for emphasis. But yeah, opposite minus x is plus x. Okay, ladies, are you happy with what I've done so far? Eliza, Layla, Alia?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So remember, we're still trying to work out the value, can't get y on its own. So Abdullah, what do we do next?
You take the 2 to the other side, so it becomes divided by 2.
Okay, so y is equal to, now how do I write that down on the side so it's correct?
It would be like half x and
So you got a half the x and you got a half the 6.
yeah,
So what's half of 6?
3.
Okay, now if you look back at our original question, where we got this question from, that's exactly what we had there. So remember here we are dividing it by 2 and dividing that by 2. So dividing both items by 2, which gives us the answer underneath. So before you can plot this question number 15, before you can plot the equation, you need to get into the right format. Format is y equals mx plus c. Once you get into y equals mx plus c format, then you are now in the position where you can attempt to plot it. Okay. So let's put down some x values and then some y values. So x values, we're gonna try -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's have Layla now. Can you help us work at the y values when the formula is above you? Y equals x divided by 2 plus 3. How do we put this stuff into here? What are we going to be doing?
So you have to half x and then add 3.
Okay, you have to half the x and add the 3. Let's do it on this side over here. See what's space. So y equals half the -3 divided by 2 add 3. Is that right?
Yeah.
So Eliza, pay attention here. What Layla is saying, that she wants us to put the values of x into where we see the x here. We are substituting into x. So the bit that we're substituting is here, -3. Go. So what's the answer to that then?
Minus 1.5.
So -3 divided by 2 is -1.5. Then you add the 3, that gives you?
Minus 1. Oh, wait, no.
Because you got 3 minus 1.5.
5.
Okay. Okay, lovely. All right, that's the first one. Then do one more for me, please. Do the -2 one.
Half minus 2.
So what's -2 divided by 2?
Minus 1.
What's -1 add 3?
1.3. Minus 4. No, it's not. 2.
Correct, fantastic. Okay, now next, Eliza, take over, please. You gotta do me -1 now.
So you do -1 divided by 2,
Which gives you what?
which gives you a half.
Yeah, that gives you minus. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's 3 take away half. Now what's 3 take away half?
3 take away a half would be 2.5. 2.5, yeah.
Okay, do the next one for me as well. Do 0 now.
So you do 0 divided by 2, which is 0, and then add 3, which is 3.
Okay, now Salih, do 1 for me, please. 1. 1 over
2, which is
a half.
and then it's plus 3, 3.5.
Okay, do 2 for me. Y equals 2 over 2 plus 3.
2 over 3 is 2 over 2 is 1, and then plus 3 is 4.
Okay, so I haven't got room to do the last one, but we can see the pattern. We can quickly put them in, and we can do. So -3 is going to give you 1.5, then it's 2, then it's 2.5, then it's 3, and then when it's 1 is 3.5. I think I might have to write it sideways. And when it's 2, it's 4. Can write that normal way, and the next one most likely is going to be 4.5. Okay, now we need to plot that now on the graph. Okay, I don't know whether you can plot it on the same graph. Okay, so this is 2y minus x is equal to 6. Okay, right, let's have a look whether the graph was, whether the graph one. I think we should be able to put the same graph. Be fun. Okay, let's copy it. Let's cut it and copy it. Okay. Copy. Okay. All right, let's just move. Where should I put it? Let's just park it for the moment. Okay, I'm gonna park it there, and hopefully we can look at both at the same time. Okay, let's try to plot it onto the same graph. Hopefully it'll be in different places, so we won't be getting an answer that crashes with the red line. Okay, let's do on the same thingy, same graph. So okay, let's have Abdullah minus 3. Where do I plot minus 3?
Where the -3 is on the x-axis.
And then go up by how much?
1.5.
Okay, 1.5 is going to be here. Good. Okay, what about minus 2?
You do it the -2 on the x-axis and then go up 2.
Okay, let's have Eliza. Where do I plot minus 1?
On the -1 on the x-axis, and then you plot it at 2.5.
Excellent. Okay, and what about 0?
You'd put it on
top of the 3.
on top of the 3.
Yeah, okay, because 3 is already there. Okay, Salia, what about 1? Where do I plot 1?
3.5.
Up by a half.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what about 2? 2, where do you do 2?
And then you put 2 by 4.5.
Okay, we don't need any more. That's it, because we haven't got space for the 3. Okay, folks, hopefully you can use the same line, and I'm going to use a blue line now. Oh, maybe I just use a different color line because the blue is thing. Okay, we could do brown. Okay, folks, do new line. It should be a nice straight line. If it's not a straight line, we've done something wrong.
Perfect.
Okay, we need to label that graph.
Y equals.
Or just the original graph, 2y minus x equals 6. There's nothing harm in labeling the original graph. Okay, folks, do you understand what we just done now?
Yep.
Okay, right. It's time for me to start setting you guys homework. Hopefully, homework that you guys are going to do properly. You're going to complete the homework and you're going to do it the way we've done the lesson. Okay? Now, remember, you need to do the homework in the way that you've seen it being done in the lesson. I will forward to your parents the class notes. And inshallah, hopefully, we can also stop the video now. Okay, because we've done the lesson now. I'll tell you what, we will record the instructions in the video as well, so then you'll have that for your reference. Okay, I don't know whether we need these lines in there. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Okay, let's have a look. All right, so everybody had to go negative numbers, which is good. Okay, and these questions here, which we started off, whatever we haven't done, you need to do for homework. So the homework question, that's going to call there. So homework question I'm circling for you now. Here's the homework questions, 1, 2. Actually, you can, if your parents want to reprint them, you can do these ones again, actually. Okay, everything which I'm highlighting now needs to be done. You most likely won't have necessarily, especially these questions here, this page here, you won't have space to do work here. You'll do the working out on a separate page and make sure you take a picture of that as well to show you're working out what you've done. Now here you go, here's exercise 4. All of these questions, you need to work out the M values and the C values. Exercise 4, all of it. The ones that you done in the lesson and the ones that you didn't do in the lesson. Do all of them again. And there's examples of the ones that we've done. I need to do working out. Okay, now we've done exercise 3. Exercise 3, you don't need to do all the questions. I don't want to blow your cylinders out. I think we'll just do the first 10. Yeah, and if you're feeling excited, feeling motivated, you feel like, yeah, you're ready for the challenge of the marathon for me, you could try some of the questions from 11 to 26. Okay, and then, let's have a look. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then we need to plot some graphs as well. So let's go back to this. Let's go back up here, I think it is. Okay, right. Okay. And then we need to plot some graphs, okay? The graph plotting. Okay, I think we should do the plotting of this section here. Just that section there. So when you do the plotting, you go back to the exercise. We are going to recycle these questions. Questions 1 to 19. We're going to plot those graphs. Is that clear, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The video has been recorded with the instructions of the homework in it. So inshallah, when I put the video up and I send you the links, if you get stuck and don't know what to do, it'll be in the recording as well, so you can see that. So inshallah, you'll get class notes coming soon tonight, and you'll also get the video recordings all coming tonight later on. And then you can put those two together and maybe even start tomorrow, inshallah. It's a bit late now in the evening. Okay, folks, I hope we've had a good lesson and we've learned lots of stuff. But one of the first things that we learned is that we must come to the lesson, Eliza, with what?
Homework.
With your homework. You have to do your work. Yeah? You have to come to the lesson having done the work and with your trepidations in the way, you know, the journey that you had, and then say, well, sir, I tried the questions and I made a mess of it. That's okay. I tried the questions and I got these 3 wrong. Yeah, that's better than saying, well, here I come and I've missed out 60% of the homework. I just didn't do it. You have to do your homework. Folks, there's a particular software that I want you guys to use. There it is. This one here. So this is a software that I use. It's called Cam Scanner, and we use it to. This is what I use to send you your homework. Okay. So I don't know what the actual homework's in there. So you use this to take pictures of your work, and then you save it. You send it to your file section, to your email, and it comes as one lovely PDF. And you take portrait pictures of your work, and it's nice and easy and lovely. Are we clear with that, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this particular software, Cam Scanner, is on the Apple platform, Apple iOS. So if you've got the Apple iPad or if you've got an Apple, for example, an iPhone, then it's very
on
easy.
Samsung as well.
Is the same software on Samsung?
Yeah.
Okay, that's lovely. If Cam Scanner's on Samsung, then you'll have to download it from its own variation of its app store and download it and use it from your phone. It's very easy to use. This is what I use to send you the work. You can then do your work and send the work back to me using the same software. Very easy, very simple. Okay, I'll probably try to make a video soon on how we actually use software, but it's quite intuitive. Okay, folks, does everybody understand what we have to do now?
Yeah.
Good. Inshallah, hopefully we'll see you all next week. And inshallah, we'll have, before the next week's lesson, I'll have Abdullah's file, Eliza's file, Layla's file, and I'll have Salih's work in front of me. And then I can look at that, see if I can find any common errors or what we need to recap, and some comments back to you guys. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. See you next week, inshallah. Any issues or anything you want to comment by, just drop me a note in the email, text message, and also send me a little message and let me know how the lesson went. Feedback is fantastic. I need some feedback from the students. How they found the lesson, how they found the software, how they found the recordings and the master notes. Please give me feedback, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you who've already got your payment system set up, just use that payment system to put your payment for today's lesson in there. That'll be fantastic. And if you haven't got the payment system, I'll be sending it to your parents soon, so don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Salih, I'll be sending you the payment system soon. You can pay for your lessons. Okay, folks. See you next week, inshallah. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Leave.